Well, I guess we're going. I have no idea what happened to our music. Welcome once again to another episode of Fists, Kicks, and Flakes, the podcast about martial arts, movies, and life. I am one of your hosts, Eugene Plowden, and with me, as always, my podcast partner, Joe Hartley. What's up, man?
What's going on?
If this is your first time with us, I want you to know we are members of the Martial Arts and the Network. And on Mondays, you can get the Winner Circle with myself, Isaiah Gathings, Chris Walker, and Angel Diaz. Tuesdays is the Inside Scoop with Alex and Jeff. Wednesdays, the traditional way with Brett Shumway. Thursdays is us, Fists, Kicks, and Flakes with Gene, Joe, and Angel. For more information, you can check us out on all of our social media platforms. Just look for the Martial Arts and the Network on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and Patreon. Joe, it is showtime. Man, I don't know what's up with StreamYard. I don't know. You know, it just came up. It just popped up.
No intro or nothing.
Nothing. I don't know what happened just there, but I don't know.
Did you guys get to record the Winner Circle?
We did not get the chance to do the Winner Circle on. We
I didn't see the live, so I was wondering if you were having more live issues.
No, and once again, that was another issue that we had with StreamYard a couple weeks ago. But no, man. So Isaiah was traveling back from London because they were over there competing, and I forgot which organization. I think it was
WSKC or WKC.
It wasn't WKC. It was one of the other ones. Let me see. Because Angel posted.
Or was it Waco?
Nope, I don't believe it was Waco either. Hold on one second. It was it's not on here either. I mean, I'm scrolling through. I'm quite sure he posted it somewhere.
You know.
Well, anyway, Isaiah was traveling back from the World Martial Arts Games. I guess that's what the logo says that I see behind Angel. World Martial Arts Games. So yeah, Isaiah was traveling back from there. I wasn't sure what Chris was doing, but also I worked because my car was down last week and I had a couple of days off. I decided to work Saturday and Sunday. So I went out and did some store visits. And by the time I got done and me and Melissa had some grocery shopping to do, and we had to pick up DJ. I didn't get home till about 9 o'clock.
Okay.
You know, yeah. So,
huh? Did you get your car fixed?
Oh yeah, it's fixed. I didn't get it back till Saturday morning.
Okay.
So it's taken care of. You know, so I was happy about that finally because they kept saying, "Oh, it's supposed to be done by the end of the day. We'll call you." Then they'll call at the end of the day, say, "Oh, we need a couple more days, maybe in the morning." So I just couldn't wait for them to give me my car back. So
yeah, that's enough to drive you nuts, man.
Yeah, so I went to work Saturday and then Sunday. And Sunday, it was just I knew around 5 o'clock that I wasn't gonna be back home in time. And even if I did, I was gonna be beat. I was gonna be tired. I wasn't ready. I wasn't gonna be ready to record. And since Isaiah was away, and then I wasn't 100% sure if Chris was at home or if he had to travel somewhere for a tournament. So I just went ahead and just said, hey, we'll do it on Sunday. So we'll make sure that we'll record on Sunday. Because we got to give our boy Angel a shout out because he did excellent at the tournament over there in London. Did he text you what he got?
I saw it in the group chat and I saw it online. So,
okay.
Yeah, it looks like everything he competed in, basically, he won. So
yeah, that's what it looked like. So yeah, he did his thing over there. So congratulations, Angel Diaz. I wonder how many world championships he has now. I'm gonna ask him that next time he comes back on the show.
Yeah, for sure. He's doing good. So. Yeah, I like that for him, 100%.
And then Dallas also was over there competing.
Yeah, and Ski posting a lot of Dallas. So sounded like Team USA did pretty darn good. So I'm liking all that. That's pretty fantastic to hear. We like all that with our martial arts main gang people and everybody else in between.
Isaiah coaching, he was doing his thing coaching. Ski was coaching. Anthony Price. So we knew people that were over there.
Oh
yeah. Now I know the WKC World Championships are coming up in October. They're coming up pretty soon.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Hey, man. Is it basically the tournament season kind of winding down?
I don't know because I know the world championships for WKC, and I know that the diamonds are normally held in October also.
Okay.
Now I don't know what other tournament is after that. I think there's one. I think there may be one in November, I believe, but I'm not 100% sure. I think there's one major big one in November, but other than that, I think so. And then everything starts back up over again in January with the AKA. So,
all right. So yeah, that would be good. It's a good way to kind of finish things off and prepare for what's next. For me, this week has just been filled with family stuff, getting everyone to all their things, and then Saturday I got to enjoy a real good Michigan football win. Just getting back to our smash mouth, playing good defense. Away game, everyone kind of, kept thinking, oh, this is going to be the big test for Michigan against Nebraska, and we went and showed out. And
Nebraska has not been good in almost 10 years. It's been a long time since Nebraska's been.
They kept talking about this quarterback like he was Patrick Mahomes, and I'm like, he did not impress me all that much. I mean, Bryce wasn't spectacular either, but Bryce did what he had to do, go out there. The defense did what they had to do, and we finally got back to some smash mouth running, man. Our guys were just running it down their throats, and then they would break off a big run here. Two running backs got, 50-plus yard runs for a touchdown. And that's how we play football. So, I like seeing all that, especially with the Big Ten opener when people are kind of counting us out. And then the same thing with the Lions yesterday. Everybody picked the Baltimore. I get the game was in Baltimore. Baltimore wiped the floor with us last time. If you think Dan Campbell going to take that Lion down, you're stupid. Right. You don't know who we are. Dan Campbell is not going to get his butt beat like that twice in a row, even in Baltimore. And we sacked that dude 7 times. Lamar Jackson couldn't even get out of the pocket. Let alone be running down the what do you call it? And then everybody kept saying, "Oh, Derrick Henry." The only reason they lost was that fumble. They were getting their butts kicked before that fumble. The fumble just added to it. So this whole same old Lions thing, just because we came out flat against Green Bay, F that. We are not the same old Lions. We're the new Lions, and we're coming for you. Bring it on.
I don't think that this Lions team and organization, I don't really think most teams don't like going on the road because they want home field advantage and all of that. This Lion team, I think they like being the underdogs and going to someone else's place and playing because they believe that they can pull off the upset and they can pull off the miracle and
they
win.
Prove that
they do.
When your first drive, you got 4th and 3, everyone would kick the field goal except for Dan Campbell. And did you see more teams are trying to do that now?
Oh yeah, I noticed that. Yep.
And failing. Dan Campbell,
yeah, because somebody spoke on that last year.
Yeah, Dan Campbell was setting the tone.
Yeah, somebody spoke on that last year because the Lions always do that, and that's just part of their DNA. Other teams, that's not part of their DNA, so they're trying to duplicate what's already in the Lions, and they're not having the same type of success. So,
because if you don't practice like that, if you don't, if it's like you said, if it's not in your DNA, okay. The Lions players know. Jared Goff knows that when Dan Campbell says, we're going to throw it on 4th and 2, and if you don't get this, we might lose the game. And Jared Goff said, okay, guess what? I'm going to throw it 50 yards to Amon-Ra St. Brown. I know Raw going to catch it. I know that I'm not going to get sacked. I trust my people. I trust my head coach. Boom, we win the game. F y'all. But that's how you got to play. That's why we are who we are. That's why we're the bad boys when it comes to basketball. That's why we're mean and we run the score up on you when you come to our house.
That is going to be really, really scary when they get to the Super Bowl and we have a situation like that. And it's 4th and 2 in the Super Bowl. And Dan Campbell is probably going to go for it. I might need to get some diapers. I might need to get some diapers for myself. It's going to be a nerve-wracking game unless they're blowing somebody out.
Yeah, he already did it in the championship game against San Francisco, and he took the L for that. But nobody really blamed him for that. Yes, we were like, okay, you shouldn't have done that. But guess what? If it worked, we would have been like, dude, this guy's a saint. So you gotta die by what you live by, man. You live by it, you die by it, and that's how it goes. So I'm here for it. Let's go. It makes it exciting for me. So that was the highlight of my weekend. Other than that, the kids had today off. Today's Tuesday. I guess in our area, we get some of the Jewish holidays off. So because I saw some of the schools right down the street from me were still open. So my wife and the kids were home today. So when that happens, she wants to like go out and do something. We had a few ideas. But you know where we ended up? We ended up at the Great Lakes Crossing. I haven't been there in 15 years.
I was there Saturday.
I know, that's why I was laughing. I was telling my wife.
I'm sorry, Sunday. I was there Sunday. Yeah.
We come here a little bit every once in a while, and I was like, that mall to me has always been better than 12 Oaks. I like that mall.
Yeah.
To travel around. They got a lot more going on. We went and played some games over at round one.
Yeah.
Got some. Everybody got what they wanted at the food court. Chinese over here, burger over there. I got some. I don't know why, but I've just been craving some Popeyes. I haven't had Popeyes in years.
I didn't even know. Melissa pointed that out Sunday that Popeyes was there. I don't even remember Popeyes being out there. I wonder.
Every time I see in the Popeyes in the last like month and a half, I keep saying, "Oh, we should go get some Popeyes," and everybody looks at me crazy. So when they saw it before I got to the food court, they were like, "Yeah, there's a Popeyes." I'm like, "For real?" If I don't go get Popeyes, y'all gonna smack me. So I went and checked it out. I was like, I got a chicken sandwich, pretty good.
Did you go crazy for that damn chicken sandwich 5 years ago with everyone else?
No.
Actually, was it 5 years ago or 6 years ago? I think it was 6 years because it was before COVID. Because I remember people saying that the chicken sandwich is the reason why COVID exploded.
You know what? It was a good sandwich. I'm not gonna lie. Like between that, I've tried the Chick-fil-A one. Everyone says that's better. Everyone goes back and forth on those two. I've always been I like a Wendy's spicy chicken sandwich personally, but this one was better than that. So the chicken was very big and fresh and juicy. Like Wendy's has a decent piece of chicken, but it's not big.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, now it's not. It used to be.
I know.
Yeah.
So
I haven't had. I went 5 years without eating chicken. Right. When I went to Buffalo in the summer, though, I said, I'm in Buffalo. I have to try a buffalo chicken. I mean, I never had a buffalo chicken wing in Buffalo before. So this is what the city is known for. So I got to try it.
Yeah.
It tasted like every other buffalo chicken wing that I've ever had. I did not taste anything special or different about this buffalo chicken wing.
After 5 years of not eating it, to say that's pretty bad.
I'm like, okay, it's good, but it is nothing, different. I thought I was going to experience something that I never experienced before, but no, it was something different.
Knock your socks off.
Yeah, it didn't happen. So, my wife is worried about the amount of fish that I've been eating. So she's worried about mercury.
Yeah.
So, I decided that I was going to start bringing poultry back into my diet and start eating poultry, So, and two, when I went to Dallas back in May for work, when I went to Dallas, man, I did not have any. I had to eat salad, baked beans, and bread because everything else.
Yeah, Texas is nothing
but beef and chicken. Because we had dinner on South Fork Ranch, and that's all that was there. And I'm starving, and I'm like, there's nothing for me to have but salad and bread and baked beans. This is my dinner. So so I decided, okay. Because I did the plant-based thing. I did it hard for 4 or 5 years. Well, actually, 2 or 3 years. I was straight vegan. Then I brought fish in when I got this job working for Ultra. I brought fish back in because when I have work events and work meetings and work lunches and dinners, it was just too hard to eat plant-based when you're starving. Especially at these restaurants. A lot of these restaurants. I mean, I don't want to have a Beyond Burger or Impossible Burger every time I go to a restaurant with my coworkers, So I started having salmon or some type of fish or whatever, or a shrimp pasta or something like that, But now Melissa's like, well, you know what? You got to be careful because you're having all this fish and you can have mercury and this, that, and other. So I said, okay, fine. I will bring back chicken and turkey back into my diet. So we'll see how that goes.
Sounds good, man. Yeah, that's basically been my week. So for the most part, what you been up to?
I was around the house. I was stranded in my house for 4 days: Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I did go teach Tuesday and Wednesday. I did go up to the school, taught my classes. Thursday, I did not have to go up. The kids had boxing and jujitsu, I think, and I know they
Okay.
had jujitsu on Friday. Um, so the fellas had that covered. Let's see what else. Tomorrow's my birthday.
Happy
Well,
birthday.
when you guys all hear it, it'll be my belated birthday because you guys will hear this on Thursday. But Wednesday's my birthday, so Melissa wanted to take me to dinner on Saturday evening. So she knows I'm not a big birthday person. You know, my birthday is on a Wednesday, the worst day to have a birthday in the middle of the week. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like, when do you celebrate your birthday? Either the weekend before or the weekend after. So she wanted to go out Saturday. So she took me to um, a restaurant in Troy, and the name is escaping me. And but it was a sushi restaurant, right?
Oh, okay.
And it was good. It was good. They had a robot that brought out your food. That was the first time I ever saw that. The robot would come. You saw it at the back by the kitchen, and people would put stuff on it, and then the robot would just roll right out and come right up to your table and say, "Here's your stuff," and you just take it off its tray, and then it would go back to the kitchen. So we thought that was cool, and we got some videos of that. So I didn't know that was a thing now. So people
A lot
complaining.
of the Asian places like that, I like the K-pop that we went to had
Mm-hmm.
that set up, but they didn't have it running.
Okay. So a lot of people, I mean, a lot of people that were complaining about the, not getting paid enough working in these restaurants and $15 an hour and things like that. Now these businesses are just finding ways to replace them, because now when you go into Taco Bell, McDonald's, Burger King, you can just go right up to the screen and just type in whatever it is you want. You don't even go up to the counter anymore, So there's less people in there working now. So these companies, they're going to find a way to make their money and keep their money,
Yep.
So, but other than that, man, so we had a good night. We came home, watched a couple of movies, had a good night, and that was it. Like I said, Sunday I worked, and was just all over the place on Sunday, and then that's what I ended up having to take a break. That's why I was out at Great Lakes Crossing on Sunday. She went with me, and she wanted to grab some stuff at the mall, so we went out there, and she was able to walk around the mall a little bit while I had some time to kill, and then that was it. So, all right, let's get to it. Warrior season 3, episode 7 and 8. They're pretty
Yeah,
good.
yeah. When we last left off, Father June had been shot, so they got him, to a healer. He was bleeding out pretty good. So in those days, pretty much this means you're gonna die. I mean, as much blood as that dude was losing, he probably would die. But
Yeah.
he made it through. They got the bullet out. They gave him some pain medication. He's a strong guy and everything. But then the problem was, once he got settled in and settled down, without proper medicine, you get a fever, you get an infection, and then it starts messing with you. So
Yeah, he's elucidator.
yeah, he started going back to when he was in the war and started looking. He was looking for the original Hopway leader, trying to set him up to kill him. Out,
You mean Long Z?
I mean, yeah, Long Z. And he was, out in his pajamas with a knife. And there was even a point where he attacked his own son, because so he was just very confused. And young June was he was getting a little upset. And Assam kind of knew that some of that anger was going to come towards him, because this would have never happened if Assam would have just shut his mouth and left things alone. So, it's going to be kind of a turning point for these two. They've been through a lot. They've been through some ups and downs. I mean, at one point they kicked Assam out of the Tong and then brought him back. That right there should have been like, Assam, honestly, instead of going to work in the mines, he should have just went over and defected to his sister.
I think they would have killed him if he did that.
They would have tried.
Yeah. Yeah.
So far, the only one who's ever given Assam any kind of trouble was Lee Long. So, I mean, there ain't nobody else that's really been able to. I mean, they made it look like it against Leary, but Leary didn't do. Leary would have never beat him in a real fight. I don't care what you say.
Mm-hmm.
So then the next part, kind of to me, I mean, I get why they did this in the story because they're trying to create more of a rift between the Irish and the Bulls. So we got these two boys. They're robbing, a grocery store for in Chinatown, and they end up being two Irish boys, and they get picked up by the Bulls, by the police, and they end up in jail. And of course, back in better times when Bill was around and the other police chief, Leary would walk in, say, "Okay, I owe you a favor. These are good boys. Let them out." Well, the new guy is not. He's not about it. He's basically, yeah, f off. They break the law, and then not only that, just to make a point, he tacks on a few extra charges.
Mm-hmm.
So now, he's making Leary look bad. Leary's been keeping things cooled off, and now this is making him look bad, and it's not going to go well for Leary or anybody else because now everyone's going to start, they're going to start riding against their own people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
At the same time, we see Bill show up for his new job. Now he thinks this new job with his brother-in-law is going to be, working the books, sitting in an office. He's an old man. Well, come to find out, I don't think the brother-in-law likes Bill that much.
I didn't think so when he saw him when he came to visit him. I got the impression that he didn't really like him.
Well, Bill showed up in a suit, looking okay, like he was ready to be a good businessman. And this guy said, "What? Those shoes aren't going to work on the out in the fields. He's out. They're doing concrete."
Mm-hmm.
So Bill's about to earn his money,
mm-hmm.
and he, like I said, he's kind of shocked. And but he's the team player. He's like, okay. And the guy says, his excuse was, "You got to start at the bottom. It's not going to look good to my guys if family member comes in and instantly makes it to to a nice little comfy job."
That was some BS. People do that all the time.
100%, especially in those days.
Mm-hmm.
No, he just definitely didn't like Bill. So Bill takes that one on the chin and just deals with it. But we do see him; he's having a rough day. He's a little behind. He's slower than everybody else. He's messing up. He's old. What are you gonna do?
Mm-hmm.
He's trying his best, but he's trying to be a good sport. Well, that's Bill's story. Like I said, there a lot of these towards the end. They're trying to keep everyone's story going, so there's going to be a lot of stories being told, and it's all going to come to head at the end. And then when they're all, some of them get resolved, some of them need to still be resolved, and that's where I get mad because they left some good stories where a lot of meat on the bone, and you're going to see that even starting here and then the next two episodes. The next story they go to is a toy. So a toy's back running her her brothel, so to speak. And back with before, she had her set up, and then other people had their own setup, and everybody stayed on their territory. Well, when Nellie came and liberated some of the other houses, he put some of the Hapway, not the Hapway, the Long Z people, because she's Hapway.
Mm-hmm.
She put some of the Long people out of business.
That
so when she brought all the girls back to her house, she basically was kind of thumbing her nose to the Long Z.
Yeah, so when that happened, I think I don't know what I've seen in the past, but that was the first time I heard her say that her brothel was in Hopway territory. I've always seen the Hopway there, but I just thought that her place might have been a neutral place for people to hang out because Chow was always there.
I think she said that too because she knew Assam had a thing for her and would protect her. So even if she wasn't technically Hopway territory, I think she said that hopefully thinking that it would make this guy back off because this guy was representing Long Z, and all he wanted was he felt like Nellie took his property unlawfully. Mm-hmm. So now that they were back, and they were working for a toy where they felt happier that he was just coming back to get what was his.
Mm-hmm.
Which you can see both sides of that.
Yeah, definitely.
But at this point, that's where a toy said, get bent. This is Hopway territory. You're intruding, and he looked around and said, I don't see no Hopway. Then she had a bodyguard. So all of a sudden, I don't know where he was. He showed up, but he
Just
kind of
listen.
he just kind of got punked. And then, of course, what's that other girl's name that she trained?
Yeah. Oh, man, I can't think of her name.
Lie, something like that.
I think so.
Yeah, and she showed up out of nowhere and just kicked my man right off the ledge, off the band.
She's always ready to fight.
Oh hell yeah, she is. And at the end of the 8th episode, you see what she's getting ready to do.
Yeah, I didn't understand that, but we'll talk about that for a second because I was kind of surprised to see her.
I know exactly what's happening there. I'll tell you. So I'm assuming that guy fell pretty high, so I'm sure he's dead.
Yeah, I thought he was
dead. Basically, she says clean it up, and then the other guy runs back to Mai Ling, and with his tail between his legs at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And then we get to Lee and Chow.
Lei. Her name was Lei.
Okay, Lei. We get to Lee and Chow. We see Happy Jack talking to his sister-in-law, and she's basically telling him, you're a dirty pirate piece of crap. I don't know why you tell me all these things and you lied to me. She's calling him out basically. And he thinks like, you know what? I've done right by you and I had no reason to. And all of a sudden, right when he's about to get real mouthy with her and put her in her place, Lee and Chow show up with guns pointed at my guy.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like shocked. Mm-hmm. He's like, dude, you should be dead by now. Both. Mm-hmm. And so he knows he's in trouble. But he basically says, like, what? Are you going to kill me? And then the sister-in-law takes him out.
Yeah, she blew him away. She blew him away.
Obviously, she had no love lost for this dude.
Mm-mm.
Technically, they're family by marriage. But she did not care because she blew him away. And then Chow finished him off. And, that was the end of that. So, and
were you kind of surprised? I was kind of surprised because I didn't think Lee was going to let that happen. I thought that he said, I thought he was going to say, hold on now, or let's. But I guess he was pissed because he was like, you know what?
Yeah, I think normally he would have not let that happen. But at this point, he's like, this dude has had many chances. I'm done with him.
Well, yeah, because he pretty much sentenced Lee to die. So I see why Lee didn't save him.
Well, and I don't think Lee really had a choice because I think his girl was dead set on killing this dude anyway.
Oh, yeah.
For sending her man away, and Chow definitely wasn't going to take that shit lying down.
So. Yeah, because Chow had. It was no reason to ship Chow off. Because Chow paid him his money and he gave him extra money. He gave him the real money plus extra money, and he still tried to screw Chow.
Yeah, well, Lee and Chow should be mad at each other because Chow set Lee up. So
yeah,
but he had no choice. He was trying to get him. He was just trying to save his own butt for getting those plates to the Hopway. So I get it, but they're over it now. So I guess everything's okay. And then shortly they show us Father June starting to lose his mind a little bit, but it's just a quick scene. And then we also see another scene, like I said earlier, where Leary tries to get the boys out of jail, and basically the new chief tells them kind of F off. And Leary kind of came in there with his tail between his legs. He even took his hat off. Like he tried to show a lot of respect for this guy. And this guy basically spit in his face. And Larry said, if that's how you want to play it, that's fine. I thought for sure Larry's going to beat the crap out of him or something. But.
Well, he's a cop. I didn't think he was going to do that, but I thought Larry was going to do something, not just in public.
Yeah, it was.
Because the guy was talking back smart to him.
Oh, 100%. He came in there. He's very power hungry. So he's not taking no crap. He loves putting people in jail. He loves the law. He wants to just stick by the law, and he really loves messing up any of the Asians he can. So yeah, it's crazy. So we see Assam and his girl putting money together, whatever, and they're the second anybody walks out, they're all over each other. And then, of course, Mylene comes in and she wants to talk to her brother. And she basically tells him, did you hear I'm getting married? And he says, yeah. And she's like, I want you there. And of course, he's going to go there for his sister. Like, no matter what, actually, there was a lot more hopway at that wedding than I thought there would be.
Okay, they were. Because we didn't even, Young June was there, but they didn't show him getting an invitation or say anything. And Father June was there also.
I mean, there was
Hong was there.
The core group of the hopway there. Mm-hmm. And it was funny because, the other thing that I forgot to mention is that Secret Service guy was not dead.
That didn't make any sense because he got shot point blank.
Yeah.
How the hell?
He had a big scratch on his face, and he said, "I've had worse."
That was stupid because
I know. The second I saw that, I almost texted you after I saw that because I was like, "Gee, I didn't think this guy died, but you kept telling me he died."
Yeah, I did. I thought he died because he got shot point blank.
I know.
How do you survive that?
I don't know, man.
They should have had when he got shot, when Happy Jack's guy shot him, it should have been at a distance if you're gonna make it, because he turned around and we saw the guy right there and he gets shot. Obviously, and on top of that, when he fell down, they didn't shoot him again a second time to make sure he was dead. They just left him.
I mean,
how do you miss somebody from that close? Because he was right up on him.
Or did he take them out and we never saw it? I don't know, but I thought the same thing. I was like, how is this guy even alive?
Yeah, but we saw him. He was in the alley or something. He turned around. Happy Jack's guy was standing right there, and we just heard boom. We saw him fall down. That was it. Man, that was.
He had a vest.
They had vests back then.
That's why I said I doubt it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's crazy.
I hit him in a sheriff's badge. Like, I don't know, man. That little piece of tin.
Yeah, that didn't make sense.
I want to mention that real quick. And then on top of that, so yeah, he's still alive. And Lee tries to give him back his badge. He's like, I'm good now, man. I just wanted to get out of all. And the guy told him, no, man. He's like, I like working with you. You're making headway. And he's like, and you are not free of this until I say you are. You still have a murder charge against you. So he basically tells Lee, like, you're not done until I say you're done. So of course Lee's pissed off because he thought he was home free. He could just run away with his girl, but
I thought Lee was just going to kill him because there's no other Secret Service. He just came down there by himself. There's no other Secret Service people. Now I'm quite sure they would have came looking for him, but who would they been looking for?
No, you're very right. True.
To ask, like, if you've seen our guy, you've seen our agent. I don't know.
Who's that? Young June confronts the printer girl that's, Hassan's girlfriend. And he basically tells her she needs to start training 2 of his guys. Mm-hmm. I know Hassan doesn't like this. I know the printer girl doesn't like this. But this is the smartest thing that Young June has decided to do the whole time. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, but it's true. Mm-hmm. Because he said it to Hassan later. He says, like, this girl is our whole operation. Without her, we're screwed. Mm-hmm. So what if something happens to her? Now, Hassan could take that as a threat.
Yep.
But what if something does happen to her? You
guys know.
So, but it should be. Mm-hmm. You're sleeping with this girl. We all know Hassan doesn't just sleep with someone to sleep with them. Okay, like, he falls in love. Mm-hmm. This guy falls hard every time. Mm-hmm. So, and then later, I'm going to just give that away now because we already know. Later, she shows Hassan that she's been stealing money.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that part was coming up.
That's what I'm saying. So, and Hassan, if he was on his brother's side, I hate to say it, but he would have chose them over Sticky. Mm-hmm. But he didn't. Mm-hmm. He told her to stop. Mm-hmm. Why would she stop?
Yeah, because he doesn't know how she's smuggling that money out.
Exactly. But why would she stop? Mm-hmm. She's been doing it and getting away with it the whole time. The guy who's checking her, she's already got him wrapped around her finger. So, yes, this is a smart move for Young June as a Tong leader. Mm-hmm. Sucks for our hero.
Yeah, because she's not going to be able to do that now with 2 other people hanging around. She's not going to just be able to do that without them noticing.
100%. And I mean, like I said, it would be smart for young June once his people learn and get it down to the point where it's passable money. Like you cut her out anyway. You don't need her anymore. You don't have to pay your own people; they're already getting paid. So that's extra money and extra money she can't steal now. And you can cut her out however you want. Kill her, broom her aside, kick her out, tell her dad, whatever you got to do. So I mean, it's a smart move. I hate to say it. It sucks for Assam, but Assam kind of brought this on himself. And frankly, if Assam wasn't sleeping with her, young June probably would have just had Assam learn. But now he's at the point where he doesn't know if he can trust Assam. So it's not great. My favorite part of this whole episode was the sit down with the guy who came and disrupted Atoy's business.
Okay.
Because, Mai Ling, said basically, okay, this is my guy. He came to you abruptly. He should have came to me first, but he's a bit of a dipshit, so I'll let that pass for now. And Mai Ling seemed more on Atoy's side than her own guy.
Yeah.
And I get that because she's a female. She understands Atoy's position. And I think she likes Atoy more than she likes most of these other people.
Well, remember, Atoy saved her life in the last season also. So she didn't forget that.
Yeah, but I think it's more of a like female empowerment for her. I think she likes seeing another female rise above her status.
That's probably true also.
So Atoy shows up with basically a smack in the face to this guy. And Mai Ling says, you know what? She doesn't have to give you crap. So as far as I'm concerned, this is a dead deal, which obviously doesn't really sit well with this guy, but he's got to just take it on the chin because he can't challenge either of these tongs, and he's not going to challenge any of the leaders. So at this point, he's going to have to, take his money and regroup.
Yeah, because he's not really he's not a gangster himself. He's a pimp. He's not a gangster.
But he's supposed to be under Mai Ling. And
right.
If I'm under your protection and you're kind of taking the side of the other group, it's not looking good on your part. Like you're not really doing your job. So I mean, it's probably going to just start causing more of a rift. But you got to take what you can. Now, young June comes back after dealing with some business and everything like that, and his father's gone. And he asked the guy who was supposed to be watching his father, like, "Where's Father June?" And he's like, "He went out." What do you mean he went out?
I'm surprised he let him live.
So am I. I thought for sure he would have killed him.
Yeah.
What do you mean he went out? He's an old man who's losing his shit. Like, what is your problem?
Yeah, meanwhile, Father June's wandering around like Mr. Magoo.
Yeah.
His way.
That's a good reference. That's exactly what he was doing. Now,
they didn't realize.
Young June was there the first time his dad lost it. He was talking about going after the Long Z. Why wouldn't that be the first place you go look for him? He looked everywhere but in Long Z territory for his dad. That's not smart, bro.
Yeah.
Like you should be the only one to know where he is at that point, but no, you're just looking for him under rocks and chairs.
I am surprised in these 2 episodes that young June did not kill his father.
I think he thought about it, but I think he can't do it. I think he's too weak to do that.
Yeah.
As much as he's had an issue with his dad and everything, and his dad told him earlier when he basically left, that's why his dad left. Because he's like, if you're not going to kill me for the seat, then I had to leave. So he really should have at this point.
Yeah, I mean, because I would have thought that Father June, if Father June was in his good sense, he would not have wanted to deteriorate like this.
No,
he would rather die than to go out and have people feel sorry for him or look at him like like he is helpless.
But I don't think young June's thinking clearly because right now he's thinking.
Oh no,
he's thinking my dad's losing it and it's Assam's fault. So that's where his mind's at, and that's where it's all going. Where it should be, you know what? My dad's losing it. He wouldn't want to live this way. He went out like a gangster the way he should have. I should have killed him on that table. That's what really should have happened. And then, they wouldn't have all these other issues. But that's not.
I mean, you can't kill your father. I mean,
No, I
unless
agree.
you're a gangster or whatever. Like that is that has to be a hard thing to have to want to pull off.
Yeah, but there's a lot that happens that he could have done it and felt okay about it. I didn't mention earlier there was an attack in the pond. Four of the Hawaii found a guy, an Irishman, by himself and beat the crap out of him
That was
on their
ridiculous.
own territory.
That was ridiculous.
Yeah, and so when the guy, of course, the guy embellished the story and made it sound like it was 12 guys, but it was really just four, three or four.
Three.
And so Leary, because they're ready to go start another riot. So Leary walks over and talks to Assam and tells Assam, like, I need those guys who attacked my guy. Give me those guys, and we don't have these guys are ready for war again. And Assam told him basically that didn't work out so well for you last time. So come on, let's go. Because Assam's crazy. And Assam also says, I'm not even the one in charge. Why are you coming at me? And he pointed at that 10-foot mural and said, yeah, you can say the other guy's in charge, but you're the one in charge. Did he say that in front of Young June? Because I think
no, Young June at this point was looking for his father, so he wasn't around.
He's heard that come out of people's mouths before, so he's already kind of like, come on, man, I'm the one in charge, not Assam. And I think it kind of slowly gets in his head a little bit. So Assam basically tells Larry, man, like, I'm not backing down, you're not backing down. I'll do my best to figure this out, and we'll try to figure out what's going on. So then we see where Father June is. Like I said, he's in the Long Z territory. He's looking for Long Z. He's in his pajamas, swinging a knife around. He's honestly lucky he didn't get killed, because there's a lot of young Long Z guys kind of laughing at him.
Yeah, they came outside and surrounded him, and it actually ended badly.
It really could have, but Li Long is very honorable, and he knows, like, if this was really if this was really Father June in his heyday coming to challenge somebody, okay, I can give him an honorable death, but that's not what's happening here. This dude has lost his shit. I'm gonna take care of him and take him back home because he does the right thing. And the crazy thing about that is when he shows up, okay, he's got the father calm down. He has put a shawl on him. He took care of Young June. So does Young June say thank you? Does he show any ounce of, I get this is your enemy, but that's your dad, man. You've been looking for this dude all day. At least you can do is bow to the guy or show some kind of thank you, respect for this dude. And he does not do it. He gives him back his shawl and walks away. So this is the kind of crazy we're dealing with Young June. Like, he will not ever admit like anything towards his enemies.
No, I was wondering if he was going to say thank you or shake his hand or something, and he did not
even barely look the dude in the eye. And Long, he didn't take it personal. He's just like, he does right. That's what he does. He does the right thing every time. If he's got to protect his girl, he's going to protect his girl, even if she's in the wrong. If an enemy comes over and it's not an honorable fight, he's going to bring it. Like, this dude, that's who he is. And honestly, it's crazy because Assam's the same way. They're cut from the same cloth. That's probably why Mai Ling gravitates towards him, because as much as her and her brother are at each other's throats, she's looked up to her brother in the past. It's crazy. Assam shows up at a Toys, and he finds out who attacked Leary's people.
Now, was that the little brother? Was that the printer girl's brother?
I thought it was too. I'm not sure. They never really made it seem like that, but I think so.
Yeah, because I think he said something about your sister or something like that. Because I was wondering why he didn't beat him up more. He just kind of slapped him. He kind of hit him and knocked him down a couple times. But he really didn't go all in on him, because this guy could have brought hell to Chinatown. And this guy goes, I was just doing what you would have done. At what point in time would he think Assam would have been the one to attack someone? Assam was never just randomly attacked someone.
Assam. They're misinterpreting him.
Mm-hmm.
Sam only gets involved when people are being wrong,
Right.
or when it's his life on the line. That's the only time Sam gets involved. Like I said, just like Lee is the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
We see Assam quickly talking to a toy about whether or not she's going to the wedding, and she always says the same thing. Yeah, I'll probably go. I got a special dress for that occasion. He says again, another one.
Mm-hmm.
She's always that girl probably has 150 dresses. Towards the end, we see Buckley. He ends up winning the race because the other guy dropped out because they had the stuff on him about his daughter or whatever. And then Buckley gets all excited and finally, you know, celebrates the way he should have with his lady friend.
Yeah. Yeah. He was
And it
trying to
was
be a
so
man.
awkward. It was
So awkward.
she
That
said,
was the worst. That was one of the worst sex scenes I ever seen, man. That was
winning. She said, "Winning becomes you, Mr. Buckley." He's like, "Yeah, get over here." It was so awkward. Like that
yeah,
guy. I don't know if that guy's just that awkward in general, or if like that was the direction they wanted from him. But he's so awkward.
yeah. I've seen people who have way more rhythm than him. I've seen a. I'm not gonna say it. I'll say that for later. I'll tell you offline.
Yeah, I know. So we see
I've seen some mentally challenged people with better rhythm than him.
you're crazy. At the very end, we see young June talking to Hong, and he's basically kind of laying out he doesn't know if he can trust Assam or not. He's going to need people like Hong and other people to have his back when he makes his move.
Hold on. Let's talk about Hong. What is the purpose of this storyline with him? There is no purpose to the storyline. They're just throwing this in just to throw it in, just to say we have a gay character. Is that why? Because I don't understand. Like this is not going somewhere. I thought at this point in time, I was anticipating his friend, the guy that he likes. I'm like, okay, this guy is about to get killed, and it's going to set Hong off, and he's going to go off, and
I think something does happen, but I can't remember.
It has to, because this is not making sense with this storyline.
I think they, like you said, I think they just wanted a little extra something.
They could have left this part out. This didn't need to happen on this show. I'm sorry.
So this whole episode is basically Myling's wedding, and then a few political things happening, stuff like that.
We're on now. So now we're on episode 8.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the wedding starts off. You got Myling. I don't know if this is a normal Asian culture thing or Chinese culture thing, but she doesn't wear white. She wears green, jewels, and all this stuff. They have all kinds of fun festivities going on. A toy shows up with Chow. Like I said, there was a lot more Long Z there than I thought. I mean, Hopway there than I thought. And
I was looking for a Buddhist priest or something, because I'm like, who's going to perform the ceremony? It looked like they kind of just doing their own thing.
Yeah, wasn't it Buckley?
Well, I thought no, it wasn't Buckley. Buckley was getting his inauguration. Yeah, to becoming mayor. So, but they were overlapping. They were showing the wedding, and they were showing Mayor Buckley becoming mayor at the exact same time. And the way they were doing it, I was like, okay, they're doing this like something is about to happen at one of these places. So either somebody's about to attack the Buckley ceremony, or somebody's about to attack the wedding. That's just how it was being written.
Yeah, the only drama that really happened at Buckley's ceremony was Leary thought once Buckley was in that his problem with the two kids in jail was going to be solved, but the other guy that destroyed Nell's
what is his name?
Nell's farm and everything, who's basically got Buckley in the palm of his hand, said, "Nah, man, like we need the help of the police. I don't care about your little petty Irishman. Like, kick rocks, bro." And so Leary is kind of like again. Leary's mad because they just spit in his face now, and he thought that this was all done to his benefit, and it's not. And so now he's really starting to get mad because now
I can't find out who this guy is.
It's not even important. I think his name is.
Is it Strickland?
Yeah, probably. That makes sense.
Okay, go ahead.
Go with that for now. So, Strickland's always been pulling the strings pretty much the whole time. That's the only reason Buckley won. So nobody really, basically Leary gets disrespected. Now I'm gonna tell you, this wedding cracks me up because at the beginning of the wedding, the two brothers fight each other. Could you imagine getting ready to get married and like you and Travis have a fight before?
It wouldn't surprise me.
It wasn't a real fight. It was like an exhibition, but I just thought that would be funny if that was like our customs.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. Me defending myself against Travis in a tux. Yeah. I can see it. I can see
that with my brother and I.
Yeah, he was my best man. Travis was pretending that he was about to drop the ring. He's whispering this in my ear as I'm standing up there. I turned to him and said, they said, okay, now where's the rings, right? So I reached back for it, and Travis is whispering in my ear, am I going to drop it? Am I going to drop it? I'm like, don't play. Come on, man. Just give me the damn ring,
That's pretty funny. I like it.
That's Travis.
So not a whole lot going on between these two things as far as anything. But the crazy thing is Lee and the Secret Service guy do show up, not technically at the wedding, but they show up a little bit of ways from the wedding and want to talk to Chow. And they look at Chow like, what can happen between these two tongues to bring them together? And of course, Chow says, well, a wedding, of course. Love is in the air. It brings everybody together. Just in true Chow fashion. Chow's not going to give anything away. Come on, man. Chow's not going to tell you where these plates are. He don't give a damn. And then this part to me was kind of weird because it looked like Assam was trying to throw it in a toy's face that he was with the printer girl.
Yeah.
He was like looking at a toy and then he gave her like a real passionate kiss and that toy walked away. I don't understand what that was about.
I don't think a toy walked away because behind her, we saw the pimp guy and his boys.
That's what I'm saying.
We saw, and Assam kind of saw them out of his peripheral corner. Did
I read that wrong? He wasn't trying to show off to a toy. He was just making sure.
I think he was. I don't think he was trying to show off. I think he was just letting her know, like, it's over. Whatever we had we're not going to have that anymore. Okay. I kind of like her, so this is where I'm going to be now. But even though, like, she disappeared, and he went to go check on her quick. But, a toy could take care of herself, and she beat those guys. She killed them. She didn't beat them up. She killed those guys,
They wouldn't give up, so they really helped them. So.
She had to, and she did it by herself with a little fan that obviously was bladed.
Oh, she always had something on her little katana style. We see Father June hanging out outside, and he's smoking a little something, and he's having a moment of clarity he hasn't had in a few days. So him and Young June have a nice conversation, and he's telling Young June 100% like, I can't live like this anymore. Like, I don't like the fact that every time I close my eyes and wake up, I might be back to the fuzz, the blurriness, losing my mind basically. And Young June just says, oh, it's just a fever. Like, once we get the fever down, you'll be fine. And Father June's like, man, he's like, I had my day. I'm good. Like, they had a really nice conversation. And, you could kind of see where Young June was happy, but also like trying to figure out where's this going to go? Like, what does this mean?
Yeah. Cause he was kind of warning him to keep an eye on Assam.
Yeah. And Father June never really liked Assam to begin with.
But also that lets you know what he thought of Lee Young also, because he said that like he's not a leader, he's a follower.
Oh yeah, and he's not wrong.
Right.
Now this part got me for a second because I didn't really pay attention like what was going on. I thought, they're basically doing their honeymoon thing, if you catch my drift, for the wedding, and these people are being killed. Now I thought
slapping skins.
Yeah, I thought the people being killed were her people, and then they were coming for her next.
I did too. Yeah.
So I was like, oh man, attacking people during that? That's just
I thought the first person that died was Father June. That's what I thought.
Oh no, I knew
because it was a real close up on this guy, and we just see his, like, a hand come over his mouth when he gets stabbed or whatever. I thought that was Father June. My bad.
So it's crazy because I thought they were killing her people. So the elders were taking over, and then they were going to kill her and let Lee take over. which obviously he wouldn't do if you just killed his wife while
No.
they were entangled, so to
No.
speak. But we find out right after she had set up to kill the elders to basically free herself because they wanted her dead. It was only a matter of time before they were going to come after her. The only problem
was she wrong? Was she wrong? Because at the
No.
wedding, they
No, she
pulled
was not wrong.
him to the side. They pulled Lee
Yeah.
Young to the side and wanted him to take over, and they had his back, but
Or
he
at
couldn't
least
do it.
try to take, like, now that they're married, to try and convince her to follow their rule.
Right. Now, I wonder how she found out about this conversation.
She knows everything.
Yeah. I wouldn't think that he would have told her.
And Lee told her not that. He didn't tell her that, but he told her when she was in jail before that they wanted to keep her there. So she probably
That's right. That's
she
right.
probably had this plan from that point on.
Yeah.
So like I said, killing the elders was fine. The problem is she also sent someone after Lee's brother, and that's where she messed up. Because now he said, "I barely survived. Luckily, I'm better with a blade than her people." That's where he messed up. I mean, granted, he was mad because she killed off the people, but he was also mad that she came after him, and that's what set Lee off.
I wonder why she sent somebody after him also. Like, she should have known that
he was with the elders. He was on their side.
Yeah, I mean, but that's still her husband's brother.
I know it wasn't smart. It was not smart. That's where and then it puts Lee in a spot where now he has to decide between his wife and his brother. And he chose his wife, although he didn't agree with her. You could see it on his face. He was very mad. And he kept pleading with the brother to stop. Like, he was beating the crap out of the brother, and he gave him several options to stop.
Yeah, but he said he wasn't. He was like, I have to keep coming back for her.
Yeah,
he left him with no choice. There was no negotiating.
No. And so with a heavy heart, he killed him. And then he yelled. He basically told her, "Get out!" Like, he was super angry with her. Like, at this point, this is not a good way to start off the marriage at all.
Yeah.
So
he yelled. That's the first time we ever seen him be emotional toward her.
He threw a knife at her.
Yeah,
he didn't throw it to kill her, but he threw it to tell her to get out. Like, he meant it. So he's very upset, and he's really starting to probably realize he messed up, and it's not good. It's not good at all. So Leary gets a lot of flack now for letting these boys stay in jail, and he's mad. He's like, he doesn't know what to do, so he turns to Bill, and he puts it all on Bill. Bill at this point wants to be left alone. Okay, doesn't want to be a police. His brother-in-law, who obviously doesn't want to go against his wife because the wife makes him give Bill a job in the office, even though they still talk down to him. And they give him a job in the office, and Bill hates it. He's always after work. He doesn't go straight home. He goes to the bar to drink. So Leary says, Bill, these boys will listen to you. Screw the chief. Screw everybody. We're going to get our boys. And Bill didn't want to do it at first. Bill's trying to stay low, trying to keep his family in check, trying to just live his life and not die. But he looks at Leary and he can't take it anymore either. So he goes there and he tries to do what he can. And he basically demands, like, he doesn't even tell it. These guys want to help him, but they want to keep their job. So Bill just basically says, you know what? I'm not asking anymore. I'm just going to do it. So he goes down, and the second he does that, the captain shows up. Because the captain is like, somehow he already knew that eventually something like this was going to happen. And
it seemed like somebody told him.
I don't know. I feel like this guy's just crazy and just waiting for something to happen. But he basically tells Bill, I hear you're a betting man. I'll give you a wager. You knock me down, I let these boys go. But if not, you and Mr. Leary are getting charged and put behind bars. And out of all the fights in this show, I gotta say, this is one of the best ones. It's crazy because this is not martial arts here. This is just an Irishman versus a jackwagon. I don't know what that guy said he was, American, whatever.
Yeah, he said I'm American. Yeah,
that dude could fight. That captain could fight.
mm-hmm.
Holy
Mm-hmm.
crap!
I'm surprised he didn't want to fight Leary.
They were. He knows he would lose a fight against Leary. Come on. I said the same thing too. He went after who he thought was going to be weaker, but Bill dug deep because Bill was getting his ass handed to him, and he got to the point where he kind of was trying to catch his breath, and he told the guy, he made it sound like he was going to give up, and the guy was showing him mercy. And the second that dude let up, Bill said, "I just need you to shut up," and started wailing on my guy. Picked him up, threw him into the ground, just busted his back open probably, and started nailing him. And everybody's screaming, Leary's screaming. Bill wins the fight. It didn't look like it at the end because Bill was pretty messed up.
Now, do you think Bill earned Leary's respect? Yeah, I think so.
He earned everybody's respect.
Yeah, because they never seen him fighting like this.
If he's lucky, they'll get that captain out of there somehow.
Yeah.
But I don't remember exactly what happens. I do know that it's not going to be because Bill acts like he's going to jail. He tells his wife like they're going to pick him up, but I mean that guy made that wager fair and square.
Yeah, I was wondering like why is he worried about that?
Well, wouldn't you? That guy's crazy.
Yeah, well,
and I don't think
he made the bet, and there's a bunch of witnesses.
Yeah,
so I would think that Bill would
I don't
not worry about it.
Can hold up in court, but we'll see. Towards the end here, Father June attacks young June, cuts him on the neck, and it kind of seems like this turning point where young June doesn't know what he's going to do, but he's probably got to do something rash here.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought he was about to end Father June right here.
I don't remember what happens exactly, but I think something crazy is going to happen towards the end. And then at the very end, what did you call that guy that's kind of running the show that took out Nellie's Stapleton or something?
Strickland.
So we're at Strickland's house. He's he's coming home from a long day. He's telling his people, bring my food up. And then we see Lai, and she just blows out a candle. Music drops, and you're like, now you said you don't know why she would be there, right?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, like I said, that's the guy that burned down the wine fields.
Okay.
He's the one who wants to put the train through. So he's the reason she lost all her people and her friends. But she's there to mess him up. And I think
I don't know why he looks different. I don't know why he looks different. I don't know.
He's the same guy. They never put that two and two together. They kind of made us do it ourselves.
Okay.
But that's him. So I don't know if she's there by herself. I can't remember. But she's there to mess him up.
All right. We'll know
and anybody that gets in her way.
All right. So we are at the end of Warrior. So we have 2 more episodes. We're gonna wrap this up next week. It's been you know what? My friend Scott, he told me about watching this years and years and years ago, and I should have did it back then. But I was happy that I waited to do it on this show. But it's been a really good. All 3 seasons have been really, really good.
Yeah, it was a pleasant surprise for me. I remember I was watching something else on HBO when it's and then I came across, like, I always just used to check HBO to see like new shows that popped up.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember thinking like, what is this? And I kind of started reading the synopsis, and I was hooked after the first episode. And then I must have looked up something online, and then when I realized there was a Bruce Lee element to it, I was like, oh, I'm gonna love this. And so I just kept watching it.
I wonder if Bruce Lee would be happy with this, and I wonder also how different this would be from the idea that Bruce Lee had. Like if he was able to live longer and produce his version of this, I wonder how it would have went. What would have been different?
Would have been interesting.
Yeah, because all his daughter had was notes of his. Like she didn't have the script that he just had notes and writings of the idea of this show.
And we know the character. I mean, Assam is great. Don't get me wrong, but Bruce Lee playing this character would have been so much different too.
Yeah, it would. Yeah, it does. But the character Assam, I mean, this guy is playing Assam.
Yeah.
perfectly.
Yeah.
I can't even think of anybody else. Like I couldn't see Jackie Chan playing Assam. I couldn't see Jet Li playing Assam. Not like how he's being the character.
Lee is more dramatic. Like when he does his lines and his roles and his fighting, he's more drama. Where Assam is very precise and very deadly with everything he does. So we probably see a lot more nunchucks.
I have a hard time believing that Bruce Lee would have been second in command of his Tong, though. I couldn't. That's weird. You know, I feel like Bruce Lee would have, his character of Assam would have taken over the Tong by now.
Would he have played like a Young June or a?
No. I think Bruce Lee would have been Assam, but I don't think the character of Assam would have been in second place, like second to.
I got you.
I think maybe by the end of the first season, he probably would have took over the Tong, and it would have been his Tong. I just can't see Bruce Lee being second in command like for 3 years.
No, I got you.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, cool. Make sure you guys listen to Superflix. Last week we did X-Men: The Last Stand. So listen and hear our thoughts on that. This week we are covering Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. So that should be a fun one. I've always liked that movie, so that should be fun.
Keep an eye out for a new episode of Flex Bros.
There you go.
We got a lot to talk about, especially that Lions game. So.
And then also the Winter Circle on Monday. Make sure you check that out, or you can watch us live on Sunday. I believe we are recording this week, so we got a lot of stuff to go over, and we're gonna get, like I said, we're gonna go a little bit more in depth and give our boy Angel Diaz a shout out for his great week that he had last week over in London. Anything else, Joe?
I'm good.
All right. Well, hopefully we were able to play our music. Everyone stay safe, stay strong. Well, I'll let you next week. I'm going to try and play our music. If not, maybe we'll get this fixed by next week.
Disaster must come. At best, only postponed. Shaolin Kung Fu, to survive, must now be taught to more young men.